Tonight on CTV, we take an in-depth look on a national health crisis and how it's affecting our campus.
Then we speak to an inspirational woman from right here in Fort Collins.
And later, as Hurricane Florence barrels towards the East Coast, we talk with a CSU forecast professor.
All this and more starting right now on CTV News.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Iannacone.
And I'm Ryan Crist. Let's get started.
It's a serious health concern at CSU and across the nation. STD rates have been rising steeply and steadily for the past 4 years. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say that there were nearly 2.3 million cases of gonorrhea, chlamydia, and syphilis in 2017. For one CSU student, those statistics hit close to home. He never thought it would happen to him, but Anton, who is only sharing his first name, was exposed to chlamydia last year. When a former sexual partner told him that she had an STD, he was shocked and confused.
And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? At the time, I was like, is this like something I can cure? I didn't really know what chlamydia was.
Chlamydia and gonorrhea are bacterial infections that are easily treated with antibiotics, so Anton was cleared up within a week.
It's way simpler than I ever could have thought it would have been.
In recent years, CSU has seen more reported cases of students with STDs, but that may be because more students are getting tested.
We have seen an increase in that we feel that we're having more students test, so we're seeing more positive test results.
Thanks to programs like the Get Yourself Tested campaign in the spring, students are able to test for infections at relatively low prices. However, it's important for people to test after each new sexual partner, but Dr. Warford says that that's not a reality for most students.
And I think honestly people are scared of the answer. They kind of want to know, but they don't.
After his experience, Anton is more careful about his sexual health and encourages people to talk about STDs.
I think it's all about like having a more like open and honest communication about that stuff before a hookup.
CSU has a lot of resources for students, including free condoms at the Health Center, the Pride Center, and the Women and Gender Advocacy Center. For more information about testing for STDs, you can visit collegian.com.
A fire is burning at Siemens Reservoir just northwest of Fort Collins in the Poudre Canyon. This morning around 10:30, the U.S. Forest Service gave an update stating the fire has grown to 231 acres since Tuesday afternoon and is 25% contained. The fire began Tuesday afternoon around 3 when lightning struck the area. 125 firefighters are currently fighting the blaze, as well as air tankers and helicopters. We at CTV will provide updates on the condition of the fire online.
For the third year in a row, Colorado State will be recognizing the university's agricultural roots by dedicating an entire week to it. The College of Agricultural Sciences will host the Ag Week, which kicks off this Sunday, September 16th, leading up to the 37th Ag Barbecue on the 22nd. This week's headlining event, the Ag Summit, will feature keynote speakers highlighting agricultural research and technology, global food safety and biosecurity. Ag Week is all about recognizing and celebrating the contributions that agricultural has in our everyday lives and on our campus. For more information on Ag Week, you can visit agsci.colorado.edu.
The Fort Collins Police Department introduced a new employee to their force yesterday through Twitter. Stephanie Bo-Co will serve with Fort Collins Police Department as a mental health corresponder. Bo-Co will assist officers and dispatchers who are responding to substance and mental health calls. Bo-Co will ensure that community members are receiving appropriate services and have access to resources for treatment. Bo-Co is a licensed counselor and addiction counselor in Colorado and specializes in trauma, substance use, and forensics. For more information, you can visit www.fcgov.com. If you're on campus today, you may have seen or heard music being played on the plaza in honor of National Latinx Heritage Month, which kicks off on Saturday, September 15th. El Centro, one of the many diversity offices here at Colorado State, hosted a mariachi band on the plaza. The catchy music is a fun reminder to all students of the contributions of citizens with any Spanish origin or cultural background. National Latinx Heritage Month begins each year on September 15th to honor the anniversary of independence of many Latin American countries. For more information on El Centro and National Latinx Heritage Month, you can visit elcentro.colostate.edu. What would you do if you were told that you had a life-threatening disease? Well, one woman in Fort Collins got that news, and here's what she did with it. Billy Polakowski is retired and 72 years old, so she spends her days doing what she loves most, like tap dancing and calligraphy. Billy is also an avid cyclist. Her daily physical routine matches that of someone half her age.
Days, very busy days. I have 2 yoga classes, a dance class, a movement to music class, a voice class, and working on a special dance class for a presentation.
Remarkably, Billy does all of this with Parkinson's, a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and impacts a person's speech, walk, muscle control, and often causes tremors. There are some medications to help control it, but there is no cure.
I did sit for about a year, and I couldn't get out of the chair after doing that. So I just find something to do at all times.
But now she is determined to live every day to the fullest. With that in mind, she found a class at the Health Center for Parkinson's patients on the CSU campus.
So Parkinson's disease manifests itself in each person very differently. So the challenges are, each person comes to the class with different challenges, although there are some common themes. Falling is one of them, the stiffness and rigidity, so there's a lot of muscle tension and lack of motion, lack of range of motion. So many of the exercises or patterns that we work on and introduce are very much based on those everyday movements. We have been focusing on falling quite a bit lately just because people want that.
When you're ready to come back this way, start left.
First class I did was music, movement with Lisa. And we did a thing when we got down on the floor, and it took 3 people to get me up. I couldn't get off the floor. And it was a lot of work to just get out of a chair. So I've progressed quite a bit.
Billy is an inspiration to her friends and everyone who meets her. She will not let Parkinson's stop her.
You can live 20 or 30 years with Parkinson's. It's like throwing away half your life because somebody told you there's no hope. Well, there's no hope for any of us anyway. We're all going to die anyway, so there's no hope at all. We have one time through this life, and we have good times, we have bad times, sad times, happy times, but there's only one time through and it's over. What is the point of walling around in misery? You might as well keep hope in your heart.
The Moving Through Parkinson's class is one of many classes offered at the CSU Health Center.
That's an incredibly inspiring story, Ryan.
Thank you. She was amazing. It's actually really cool. She also built her own hospice care in her basement so that when the time comes, she can live comfortably.
Wow, that is really incredible.
She was great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Rams. We appreciate you spending part of your evening with us tonight. I'm Emma Iannacone.
And I'm Ryan Crist. And up next is Carson Porterfield giving you an update on Hurricane Florence, so stay tuned.